Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm gonna be giving you the final episode of the day, part 10 of What If Naruto had 9 Kekkei Genkai. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto joined the Akatsuki that I posted on this channel. And over on Anime King, I posted a new episode of What If Naruto created his own village. And I also posted a new episode of What If Naruto was trained by Kaguya. So if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button on both channels if you enjoy the what ifs on them. And thank you all for your help and your support, guys. And remember, if you're new, to comment down below and tell me, where I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, to start this by doing a bit of a recap, the last time we left off, Gaara went missing for the month of training as Temari and the others were searching for him, and they start to get worried. Well, especially Temari. As for the finals, Gaara came back. Naruto also got training from Jiraiya, as Gaara was acting like a completely different person. He wasn't even using his sand anymore. At the first battle with him and Samui, Gaara used hand sign, which surprised Temari and Kankuro because in their life they have never seen Gaara use hand sign before. And Gaara is using wind-based abilities. He also used one of his demonic arms, but nothing seemed demonic about him. And Gaara also ended the battle with Samui as he won, as her shirt got teared in the battle and Gaara placed his hand over her so her chest wouldn't be exposed, as this shocked Temari and Kankuro even more. The next match was Sasuke versus Tainting, as Taejun said that someone took over Sasuke's body. Sasuke now possessed the Mangeto Sharingan, as he's been missing for the month as well, and he come back and he looked different, he looked pale. As Sasuke faced off against Temari, Temari tried to use her best attacks on Sasuke. Sasuke captured her in a genjutsu, but luckily enough, Naruto placed something on her that was a seal, as it breaks Sasuke genjutsu and freed her. But in the end, Sasuke won. Sasuke was about to kill her when the proctor grabbed his hand and said that the match was over. The next match after that was Naruto versus Kurasaki, as Naruto wasn't able to draw on the 90's power because all of the 90's power that he forced out was going into the seal that Taejun placed on him. And the battle was really hectic. Kurasaki was really powerful as she used all of her attacks on Naruto. In the end, Naruto was about to get blasted by her volcano tornado, as Naruto then used another Kekkei Genkai that he just unlocked, teleport, as Naruto was able to teleport a new Kekkei Genkai. And with that, Naruto won the match. So yes guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can scroll across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So, let's start this new episode. We start this episode with Taejun, as he remembers something. As we go straight in a flashback, Taejun was currently dressed in a flap jacket along with Anfu pants, and he was wearing a wolf Anfu mask, as he was facing off against someone, a short little fellow in pure black. He had red, soulless eyes, and his hair was stained red because of his victim's blood, as both him and Taejun was in a forest. So, may I ask what your name is? The little fellow asked, as Taejun raised an eyebrow. My name is Taejun, said Taejun, and I have also heard of you. They call you the Blood Snatcher, do they not? As the little fellow grinned. So, you've heard of me, have you? Yes, I am the one that they call the Blood Snatcher. I have scoured this land, searching for the most powerful Kekkei Genkais, so I may become the most powerful ninja in existence, to destroy those who have wronged me. And I would be happy if you just go away and let me pass. I have a date with the Hyuga for my 8th Kekkei Genkai. As Taejun glared at him, you're a monster. You know that. As a shinobi, it's my job to destroy monsters like you, Taejun said. The little monster just smiled as he said aura release or a spear as he formed a ball of chakra in his hand as he sent it at Taejun. Wind release, beast wave palm, said Taejun as the both of their attacks clash and dispel each other. Delicious, what power, I shall have you. He charged at Taejun with a crazed look in his eye. Taejun jumped out of the way, but that didn't stop the wild child. Wood release, binding nets. Out of the surrounding trees, wood release came out and flew at Taejun as it tried to bind him. Taejun summoned a shadow clone as the shadow clone pushed them out of the way and was trapped by the wood instead. Ice release. Ice Senbon, the boy said as he sent hundreds of Senbon towards Taejun. Beast wave palm, said Taejun as their attacks collided and exploded. The boy then pointed both arms at Taejun as he had a sick grin on his face. Crystal release. Crystal shuriken as the boy created a lot of crystal shurikens around him and fired them at Taejun as Taejun had to flick and jumped out of the way. Lightning release. Lightning surge, said the boy as he sent a bolt of lightning toward Taejun. Taejun quickly ran through hand sign. Wind release. Ear drilling bullets as the two jutsus collided in a burst as they exploded. As Taejun flipped back, it was then that a bunch of shinobis came into the area. It's the boy! It's that demon! Kill it, they said. The boy simply smiled. Fire release. Flaming Hellgate as he released a stream of red flames and disintegrated all of them. Damn it, said Taejun. Beast wave palm as he fired another beast wave palm at the boy. Lava release. Lava geyser as a lava geyser exploded from the ground and blocked Taejun beast wave palm. You know, you're wasting my time, the boy said as he go down on all fours as a demon tail formed behind him and red chakra came around him as well. The boy then rushed at Taejun as Taejun flipped out of the way as the boy tear right through a tree. He then ran through hand sign, scorch release, burning flames, he said, as his entire body lit up with flames as he rushed towards Taejun. Taejun then smiled. Gotcha, said Taejun. Sealing art. 36 sacred flavors, dark sealing, as 36 large stone cup ramen rose from the ground as electricity came out of them and hit the boy from all angles, making him scream out in pain. I will not die here, the boy said as he let loose a roar that sent out a wave that struck right into Taejun and the seal as well. As Taejun dropped down to his knees, I cannot allow this thing to get away. As Taejun slammed his hand on the ground, the stone cup started to glow again as the boy was screaming in agony and pain. My power! How dare you! I'll kill you, he said. End of the flashback. Hey Taejun! As Taejun snapped out of his thought. What's going on? Asked Fluffy. Oh, nothing, he said as he looked towards the arena. Taejun then looked down at his arm as a red mark was on it as he placed it under his cloak. So, who's fighting now? He asked Fluffy. Well, it's the two Hyugas, said Fluffy. As in the arena was Neji and Hinata. The two Hyugas stared one another down as Neji was the first to speak. I never thought I would end up fighting you here, Hinata, as Hinata seemed to be nervous, as Neji no longer has that deep hatred for her since what he saw her do in the preliminaries. True, Neji, and I was surprised as well, said Hinata. The proctor told him to begin as he jumped away, as a multicolored glow formed around Hinata as Neji activated his Byakugan. Aura release. Light show, said Hinata, as 14 beams of different color of light fly from Hinata's arms as they went towards Neji, who just stood in his stance. A tetragram. 2 palms, said Neji. 4 palms as he was blocking the attacks. 8 palm, 16 palm, 32 palm. As Neji blocked all of our aura release attack. Your skills has improved, Hinata. I might just work up a sweat. Neji then dashed towards her as Hinata activated her Byakugan. Wind release. A tetragram empty palm, said Hinata as she fired a blast of wind towards Neji. Neji dodged as the attack destroyed a tree that was behind Neji. Neji then rushed at her again. Hinata then said lightning release, gentle fist, as she dodged Neji and struck him in the side. She then used an empty palm and hit him, sending him flying back as he felt lightning coursing through his veins by the strike that Hinata gave him in his side. Neji got back up as he dusted off himself. Not bad, Hinata. These new moves that you show are indeed impressive, but the original are the same as well. Neji rushed forward as Hinata blasted another ear palm at him, but Neji dodged with incredible speed as he appeared in front of Hinata, who was shocked. 2 palms as he struck her, 4 palms, 8 palms. Hinata, said Naruto. Naruto, said Hinata as she was being knocked all around. 16 palms as Hinata then substituted with a log as Neji break right through it. Hinata substitute away as she deactivate her Byakugan as she activate her aura release. Aura release, aura clone. The aura around her split into 3 halves as each of the light divide into 3 clones around her. I won't lose here, Neji, said Hinata. Believe it, she said as Naruto blinked. Did she just rip me off? He said as Haku chuckled. Looks like she did, said Haku. All the Hinata rushed forward as they ready to strike Neji as Hayashi was watching everything as he couldn't believe what he was seeing. Neji then spin, rotation, as he knocked away all of the Hinatas as they dissolved into chakra. What the? Said Naruto as Hayashi blinked as he was shocked. The rotation as Neji was now in a crater as Hinata was a distance away from him. As Neji then smirked, time to try this, he said. Rotation as he spin, but he was moving as Hayashi couldn't believe it. Neji has found a way to use it as an attack as Neji was coming towards Hinata in his rotating form. I won't lose here. Not in front of Naruto, Hinata shouted as the aura appeared around her again as a clone appeared next to Hinata, who was now tired from using so much of the aura. This has to work, she said as she and the clone start to move her arms rapidly, creating chakra threads. A tetragram, 64 palm guard, said Hinata as a giant wall formed in front of Hinata and the clone as Neji flew towards them in the rotation. Taejun rose her eyebrow seeing that, and they call her a failure? Neither of them deserve to have what they have. Fluffy, remind me to remove Neji's seal if I have the chance. Alright, said Fluffy, as both Hinata attacked and Neji collided as there was a bang. After a while, the smoke cleared as the both of them were still on their feet, exhausted. Hinata, I must say I'm impressed. Thank you, Neji, Hinata said as the both of them collapsed to the ground. The proctor walked over. Double knockout. No winners. As Naruto smiled, at least she did her best. And it's not like Neji won. It was a draw. After a couple of minutes, it was time for match 6. And that was Haku versus Shino as the both of them were in the arena. As the proctor told them to begin. I will win this fight. The Aberame never underestimate their foes, said Shino in a low tone as Haku rose her eyebrow. Alright, weirdo. Bugs then flew towards Haku that created a bug tsunami as Haku ran through hand sign, ice release, protective ice dome, as the dome of ice formed around Haku, protecting her from the bugs. As the shinobis were stunned, ice release? That's that girl with the ice release. Haku then ran through hand sign again while in the dome. Ice release, ice spikes, as the ice wall turned into pure spikes and smashed into Shino, who dissolved into bug. As more bugs began to attack the ice, as their temperature started to raise, as they were eating away at it. Haku then did another hand sign as two water clones of her form outside of the dome. Ice release, demonic ice mirrors, as ice mirrors form around Shino as the water clones enter the mirrors. As they rain down Senbon on Shino and his bugs, bug after bug was getting pierced. As Shino managed to avoid the Senbons, Shino then pulled out a kunai with the explosive tag as he tossed it at the mirrors. It exploded, but it didn't deliver so much damage to the mirrors as they start to fix back. This is going to be difficult, said Shino. Her jutsu has me cornered off and my insects are being killed too easily. She's a fine opponent. Her dome has blocked my insects from her. And yet, she can still attack with these mirrors. Shino then pulled out 4 kunais with the explosive tags on them as he threw all of them at one point as it exploded, giving him enough time to go through the ice mirrors as the clones went after him. Water release, water ball, wind release, frosty wind, the 2 clones said as they released attacks on Shino as bugs came up and blocked the attacks. As the ground then break open as bugs came on the clone and dissolved them by sucking their chakra. Shino was now on top of Haku's dome as he had 2 kunai in his hands with explosive tags. Oh no you don't, ice release, ice spikes, said Haku as ice spikes flew from the dome straight at Shino. Shino jumped off the dome as he threw the kunais, but they didn't explode. Fakes, said Haku, and she then heard the real explosion behind her. As she turned around, she saw the bottom part of her dome was destroyed with an army of bugs coming in. The little buggers must have planted explosion on the dome to create a bug-sized entrance. She rushed through hand sign, wind release, great breakthrough as a powerful blast of wind came from her mouth, blowing away all the bugs in a whirlwind as she came out of the ice dome. You cannot defeat me, Haku. Surrender before I feed all your chakra to my friends, said Shino as Haku just glared at him. Don't think I will go down that easily. Water release, water ball, as she launched a water ball at him as Shino make his bugs to the attack. As he sent his bugs from all angles, trying to capture Haku, but Haku was using her speed to escape them. After a while of this, Shino and both Haku was tired as Haku was now cornered. So this is it. Surrender now and you won't have a extreme loss of chakra, Shino said, as Haku gave Shino a grin like Naruto's. I don't think so. You see, the best way to win is to always think outside of the box. As Haku ran through hand sign, I finally found her, said Haku. What are you doing, said Shino. Well, I'm just freezing your queen. No, you can't do that, said Shino. Well, give up then. Alright, Shino then turned to the proctor. I give up, Shino said, as Haku released the pressure as the queen returned back to normal. As Shino rushed over to his bug. This guy is really weird, said Haku. Winner, Haku, said the proctor, as the judges talk amongst themselves. Yeah, go Haku, said Naruto. Well, one more match and then Gaara can get rid of Sasuke, said Taejun. The proctor then announced the next match, which is Rock Lee versus Fu. After a while, the both of them were in the arena. Begin, the proctor said, as Lee fly towards Fu with his impressive speed. Fu was also great in taijutsu, and her speed and her strength was great. Leaf Hurricane, as Lee sent its leg towards Fu, but it was stopped by one hand. How? As Guy eyes widen along with Lee's. Lee's strength is at the pinnacle of youth, and she, as Fu smiled and then chuckled, as she grabbed Lee and started to spin him, as she then released him as he flies straight into the wall, breaking into it, as there was a Lee-sized hole. What the hell? Does she have Tsunade's strength? Some of the Jonins talk, as Lee then came out from the hole. That is most impressive, Fu. Your strength is at the pinnacle of your youth. This is going to be an interesting match. As he rushed forward again at shocking speeds as Fu rushed through hand sign, Earth style, Earth wall, as Lee had to change his location, spinning around the wall before attacking again. Dynamic action, Lee said, as Lee started to swing several punches at Fu. As she weaved and dodged through all of them, as she ran through hand sign while dodging, water style, water twister, as Lee brought down his fist, but the water appeared around her. It was like the rotation blocking him as he had to jump back. A defensive attack, just like Neji's rotation. Thank you, Fu, said Lee. You will help me to test my new technique. He flew at Fu again as he started rapid punch and rapid kicks as Fu dodged them and jumped back. Fu then created a shadow clone as she held out her hand as the shadow clone started to gather chakra in her palm. Wait, that's the same jutsu that Naruto used against Kurasaki. As Fu rushed forward, Rasengan, she shouted. Well, let's see if it match up, Lee said. Leaf Hurricane, as Lee sent his foot towards the Rasengan, as Fu quickly dodged to the right, as she aimed her Rasengan at his stomach, but he turned a bit as it grazed him right in his side. Fu then ran through hand sign as she slammed her hand on the ground, earth spikes, as the ground beneath Lee started to shake, as Lee jumped up into the air as earth spikes emerged, as Lee then started to dodge some dramatic way. Lee then landed on one of the spears, as he then turned towards Guy, as Guy gave him a nod. Do it, Lee, show them your youth, as Lee nodded as he removed his leg warmers and took off his weights. Training weights, said Fu, as Lee dropped the weights, as they slammed into the ground and picked up a lot of dust. They dropped in a huge crater as everyone's eyes went wide to how much weight he was wearing, and he was moving that fast with those weights. Lee then vanished as Fu felt him come behind her as she tried to turn around and smash him, but he vanished again as she then felt a harsh kick into her stomach, sending her flying in the air. As he appeared behind Fu and grabbed her, as he started to spin her violently, as he sent her straight into the wall, breaking right through it in the process. Fu! Naruto yelled out in fear. After a while, Fu stumbled out of the rubble, clutching on to her arm. I am very sorry, but be happy that I didn't break your arm, and it could not be repaired, said Lee. I have heard many things about your ability to heal just like Naruto, so I can use a little more force on you, Lee said. I am not going to lose, said Fu, as red chakra surrounded her, as her eyes went golden. This guy, he's tougher than he should be. That guy sensei must have trained him down into the ground. Your eyes, they are golden with the bounty of youth, Lee said. But now, you must be defeated. As the both of them rushed forward and slammed their fists in together, sending the both of them flying backwards. The both of them started to collide with power fist after power fist, as Lee saw that she get a great boost in power. Lee then jumped back. It's time, Guy Sensei. It's time to unleash more power. As Lee looked up, as Guy gave him a nod, as Lee put his hands in an X motion. No way. The senior Jonin was talking. Guy would never teach Lee that, am I right? Gate of opening, open. Gate of healing, open. Gate of life, open. As Lee then vanished as his skin was red, as he knocked Fu up into the air and started to knock her straight up, as Lee then dashed in the air to finish it. Gate of pain, open. As he then looked down at Fu to see her body now covered in a thick red aura, as she had wings on her back, and she looked kind of demonic. Hell, I never expected to use this so early. As she glared at Lee, the both of them in mid-air, as he tried to use his bandages to grab Fu, but they were being burned, as Lee then stretched out his arm and grabbed her, as the both of them started spinning violently, as Fu wrapped one of her arms around him, as they came down into the ground with a bang, as the dust rised up, as no one could see what happened, as everyone was waiting to see who won. as the smoke was clearing away. As the smoke then cleared away, as it showed Fu standing, Lee on the ground passed out. As Fu didn't have any more chakra surrounded her. As the proctor declared Fu the winner, Lee, Guy said as he jumped down to the arena, "No, your fire of youth has been struck with defeat." Lee was then taken away as Fu made it up the stairs by the help of Haku and Naruto. "That was amazing," said Naruto with a smile, as the proctor announced the next match, which is Gaara versus Sasuke. The sand engulfed Gaara as he made it down to the arena, as Sasuke sunshine down there as well. As Gaara had one goal right here, Taejun told him to kill Sasuke, and that is what he was going to do. "Begin," the proctor said, as Sasuke ran through hand sign, as he then released fire style fire snakes, as a duo of snakes slithered from him, as they rushed towards Gaara at incredible speed, blazing in fire. Gaara raised up the sand as the snakes hit it dead on, as the snakes start to boil up Gaara's sand, but Gaara ran through hand sign, wind release, burst, as he sent out a burst of wind that knocked away the snakes, as he ran through another set of hand sign, wind release, drilling air bullet, fire style, fireball jutsu, as the two attacks collided with a bang, as Sasuke fly out of the cloud, his fist covered in stone, earth style, rock fist, as he smashed into Gaara, but Gaara poofed away, as Gaara rise from the earth by earth release, tunneling technique. "Fang passing fang!" shouted Sasuke as he spun rapidly towards Gaara, as the Inuzakas were clutching their fists at him teething their technique. Gaara didn't move as he created a sand wall and blocked the attack, as a leash formed out of the sand and wrapped around Sasuke's neck. "A dog leash?" Naruto chuckled, as the leash lifts Sasuke off the ground and slammed him down hard. But Sasuke broke out of it as he jumped away. Fire release, Phoenix Sage Inferno Fire, as he released a stream of fire towards Gaara, as Gaara created his sand barrier again, as Gaara pushes sand forward as he strike right into the stream of fire, as the sand and the fire die down. Genjutsu, Hell Viewing Technique. Gaara then froze up as Sasuke smirked. "Now then, time to finish you off," said Sasuke, as he formed a Chidori and flew towards Gaara to impale him. But Gaara quickly snapped out of it, as Gaara blocked Sasuke's Chidori with his sand. "So," said Taejun, "it looks like Gaara training with Shikaku work. He got a control over it like Yujito." "Like Yujito? Not Killer Bee?" Fluffy asked, as Taejun shrugged. "Shikaku is very stubborn, but Gaara has the ability to use his power to break the Genjutsu." "Time to end this," said Gaara, sand coughing as he raised the sand around Sasuke to crush him. But spider web stick onto the back of Sasuke's shirt and pull him, as everyone looked up, as the sound force was up there, as Naruto looked up at Teiwaya. Sasuke's arm started cackling lightning as he run his arm right through Kidomaru. "What the hell are you doing?" said Teiwaya, as the Kazekage was twitching in annoyance, as Saratobi looked to see that the Kazekage bodyguards were gone. Sasuke then turned his sight to Teiwaya, but she was then poofed and replaced with a Naruto Shadow clone as she appeared in the finalist box. "Are you alright, Teiwaya?" Naruto asked in concern. "Fine," she said. But what was that all about? Gaara then appeared next to Sasuke as Sasuke smirked. It was dark, but it was different, as Taejun's eyes went wide, as Sasuke activated his Mangetsu, Amaterasu, as Gaara sunshine out of there. He uses sand to push off the Amaterasu. Sasuke then jumped off, as a purple energy started to form around him, as he was engulfed by the Susanoo, as he stood tall. Sasuke then said Amaterasu, but it wasn't aimed at the audience. He was aiming it outside of the village, as Temari eyes went wide. He's killing our forces, and the Sound Ninjas, as Sasuke turned his eye towards the rest of the Sound 4 as he burned them in the black flames. "Now, I have full control over this body," said Sasuke. He was possessed as Taejun got up, as Fluffy then turned to see that the Hokage was restrained by the Kazekage. "So, what now?" Fluffy asks. "Well, Sasuke is being possessed. We have to deal with this. Caution, one move at a time or we could mess up everything," said Taejun, as he then turned at Naruto. As Taejun sighed, "I have to do this," he said. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also go ahead and check out a new episode of What If Naruto Joined the Akatsuki. And also check out a new episode over on Anime King on what if Naruto created his own village and what if Naruto was trained by Kaguya. But for now, I'm out of here. Peace.